This episode of Outdoor Journal Radio is brought to you in part by the Invasive Species Centre, protecting Canada's land and water from invasive species. Freedom Cruise Canada, rent the boat, own the memories. JMB Cycle and Marine, your home for all things power sports, boats, and equipment. And Silver Wax, absolute care for everything you drive. Thank you very much. Welcome to the program. I'm Angelo Viola. He is Peter Bowman.
Hello.
This is Outdoor Journal Radio Podcast. We normally, by the way, the crew is here as usual. Nikki and Dean.
Come on now.
Well, hello there.
So we normally would be doing, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Dean, we would normally be doing On the Road again. Right.
Yeah,
but
that's
in
right. And Willie Nelson would have been here.
Exactly.
And
Oh,
right, Willie.
Right?
That's right. Yeah.
But this is not going to be the usual On the Road again because we had some issues on the road with weather and timing and stuff. And so we said, well, the hell with it. We'll do it when we get back.
We were going to try and do one in the car.
We were going to try.
That's right.
Oh, give us some feedback on that, please.
Could you do it in the car for that?
Could we
I don't know
do
how you
it,
set
but
up a
they like it
camera.
in the car. They say, no, don't bother. Please do what you're doing. You know what I mean?
I think you could set a GoPro on the front dash.
You could.
And then drive, and then you got some good road rage sometimes, so I think it would actually be really
Think
fun.
about it. Had we done it,
Hey, we almost
I was
killed
gonna
that deer,
say,
if you
we
remember.
would have captured all that moment with the deer. Right?
That's
pretty
that
awesome.
panic and the
would've
terror.
been
That
pretty
would have been
awesome.
great. That would have been great.
Anyways, we
Inches
chose not to do that, and we chose to do it here in the studio. So think of this as a modified On the Road again post
Yes.
experience.
Yes.
Right? Is that good?
I'll accept that. I think I like
This
that.
is an
All
off
right.
the road again.
Some of you may have noticed that I'm wearing a lovely new hoodie.
How new is it? Is it like brand new? Did you just pull it
New
out?
to
today?
me.
They're
It's
not
new to
new no
me.
more.
But I love the color. It matches my my foliage.
Your whole
The foliage.
foliage.
Just one of the many items you will find on Fishing Canada, the store, fishingcanada.com.
Shop.fishingcanada.com for all your Fishing Canada merchandise
Thank you,
needs.
Mr. Store Manager. And it is that time of year where you should be starting to think about it.
Oh, yeah.
In case I haven't told you before.
Good idea.
Because a great gift. Who would not love to receive one of these beauties under the Christmas tree? Or a birthday present or
There's
anything else.
some people, there's some haters out there that would hate to get that, do you think? It's got to be something.
And I'm trying to rack my brains because I wanted to come up with, maybe we could profile who would not love that. Oh, all right. We'll get back to work then. All
I
right,
think Jimmy
thank
would
you.
love it.
On
I
that,
think he would love
We're
it.
going to get Jim, if Jimmy is,
Cundill
I'm
would
not sure
love
if he's
that.
alive or not, but we're going to get Jimmy one with Nick holding that walleye. So we're going to get, you're going to see what Jimmy, he's going to love the sweater, but he's not so fond of Nicky Nine.
Or we'll get him one with my Palms crap that we just recently discovered.
That's the newest hoodie right there. Get back to the crack.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
Our crack
So
research fishing
our
team.
plan is, if we get to it here, we want to tell you all about the exciting trip we made down to the East Coast. We were in Canso, Nova Scotia. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's as far east as you can drive, southeast as you can drive in the province of Nova Scotia. The road kind of ends there and it curves back.
On the mainland.
On the
On the
mainland.
mainland.
Cape
No
Breton.
ferry
Island,
needed.
Right? You can go there.
Well, yeah, okay. That's true. I never think of Cape Breton being part of that.
Oh, I
deal.
know. You almost think of it as a province itself,
Yeah,
don't you? Even
yeah.
though you know it's not, but it's like it's so separated, and everybody always talks about Cape Breton Island or Nova Scotia.
Right.
They don't talk about Cape Breton Island, Nova Scotia. So they
Like,
really
what's up with
segregate.
that, I wonder?
Maybe they don't want to be part of Nova Scotia. Maybe they're trying to separate.
Huh.
I don't know.
Anyways.
We'll ask Joe. We'll ask Joe Anthony.
Well, that's Joe Anthony. He lives there, right?
could-
He lives there.
Yeah, he's an islander.
Could it be like a Newfoundland Labrador type thing going on?
You know what?
down
It's
there?
exactly what it is.
That's what it is.
It kind of feels like that, right? It's like Nova Scotia and Cape Breton,
By the
Newfoundland
way, I
and
just said
Labrador.
maybe.
Like it's
I
the
don't
same.
think they want to separate on that. I don't think so.
I don't know.
I can't see that. These East Coast people are just so awesome. They love each other. They love everybody. Well, I don't know. I have to ask them though. We should ask. We're gonna ask Joe. I'm gonna find out.
See, and now this is just between Dean and I, by the way. The rest of you kids can.
I won't listen.
Go. Listener feedback this week, Dean. Listener feedback
Yes.
this week is, by the way, it's from a Hurley Lock 6460 via YouTube.
6460.
Hurley Lock, right? And it's in response to our conversation at Lodge 88.
So
Yep.
Lodge 88 podcast? Is that
Now, I would think that because it's in response to our conversation at Lodge 88, which was a On the Road Again episode, right? That you would put up in the background here a Lodge 88 sort of image.
That was the image from Lodge 88
This one here.
of the podcast
Right.
he responded to.
But yet in the previous podcast, we used that same image.
It was a response to the same episode. There was a lot of feedback.
Oh, so
for
we
that
had
show.
two back-to-back questions.
I think
Yep.
it's your beautiful smiling face on the front cover
It's a very
there.
nice photo of you guys.
It's beautiful. I have it up on the store right now. You look so pretty.
So okay, so that was a bit of a trick question because I thought you screwed up and this should have been here, not on the other podcast I talked about.
No,
All right,
no.
everybody else
It's
come
very
back to the show
intentional.
now. All right. You confused now?
Go ahead, boys. Go ahead.
Sufficiently.
Have at her. Talk amongst yourselves.
In response to our conversation at Lodge 88, right? Great podcast and look forward to the episode. A couple of comments. Catch your limit, but limit your catch. I do believe is happening more and more every year with anglers. Years ago, I fished for sustenance. My only goal was to fill my limit. Now, because of your show and shows like yours, I may keep just a few fish for the frying pan per year. A comment on you sharing your hotspot. I love it. I think 99% of the audience will be respectful of our fishery. If I try a new show and I don't like how they handle our fish, I don't watch it anymore. Wow. People tend to do that. When they like to watch. I went to Winifred Lake. Big shout out for the folks at Winifred Lake in northern Manitoba.
Great place.
Or Alberta, sorry. For the first time, that's where we got a huge northern on that
We got a
shoot.
bunch of huge northern.
My God. I was with our good friend Roy Arms.
Right, and
then
Scott,
we went again.
Scott Jameson, too.
And Scott, and then but when again Patrick
That was your
Walsh.
first trip. First
Yeah.
was with Patrick, then we went back with the Cooper boys.
I went to Winifred for the first time last year with my son and his grandfather. How cool is that? 3 generations. We had an amazing experience, and our best success was on your hotspot.
Yes, God. That's all right.
There's a 0 retention for pike in that lake, which is great. They are trophies. That's correct. We caught several over 40 and one almost 44. We were permitted to keep walleye each day. We caught more than our limit accidentally on pike baits, but we didn't keep our limit. We kept 1 walleye per day between us to cook with her. And that's the perfect amount, right?
Of course.
1 a day, have it for breakfast, have it for lunch, whatever. It's fantastic. Like everyone, we brought plenty of food. For everyone out there, keep a fish, cook it in the frying pan after you cook your bacon. You will have the best breakfast ever and not hurt our wonderful fishery anymore. That's a great comment.
Yeah.
Fantastic
beautiful.
comment. There's
Good job.
look at that beauty there.
Yeah, that was a dandy.
By the way, that man holding that fish is about 6'3"
Oh, at least,
at
yeah.
least, if not bigger. A big man, huge man.
275, yeah, big man.
So, yeah, wonderful feedback, listener feedback. Always
Nice.
appreciate hearing.
I like that he's number one. He's appreciating our hot spots, and number 2, like Ange and I, and the young lads around here too. I think our audience is, for the most part, not destroying these fish, going and killing all these fish, et cetera, et cetera. You know what I mean? He says 99% respect it.
Yeah.
I think that's what it's all about. So.
I think I said this on the On the Road Again podcast from Lodge 88 this year, that as soon as we got there, first day we got there this year, Lodge 88 I'm talking about, we had a guest boat come in with 2 anglers. And we were unloading and moving stuff around on the dock, and they said, "Hey guys, how you doing?" And he held up a stringer with 3 fish on it. He says, "Look at these beauties." And so we said, "Good for you, nice catch." He says, "Yeah," he says, "I got them exactly on the hot spot that you had on the last episode for this lodge."
Yeah,
And I thought that was very cool.
That's right out in front of the lodge.
No, not that one. We had
Okay, that's
another
the
one,
one
if you
before
recall.
that.
Yeah, up farther on the lake.
Okay.
Was that them old boys with
Yeah,
the stringer?
yeah, they had brought
Yeah,
in
yeah. I
three
remember
fish.
that.
Really nice people. Later on in that during that week, I had a chance to talk to him about that because he came over again and said, "Hey, by the way, thanks for the hot spots. You know, it's one of the reasons why I watch the show." And I told him some of the problems that we have with some viewers regarding divulging hot spots, and how I felt that the audience today is mature enough, we think, that we can give away some of those spots.
Just like Hurley said.
Just like in this case, especially on remote lakes or fly-in lakes or even any outpost camps or even regular lodges, because we're more responsible nowadays, and we just feel that our audience can handle it. And he said, wow, he says, because I'll tell you right now, he says, we will not go back to that spot again on this trip. We went with the purpose of catching our meal for the week. That's all they were going to have is these three fish.
Yep.
And we would never dream of going. He says, I've gone to several of your hot spots in other areas over the years, and we always treat them with respect and appreciation.
Excellent.
I think for the most part, that's everybody out there.
It's nice to hear.
Except for maybe that musky spot in the St. Lawrence. I'm just saying that place seems a little cramped these
Yeah,
days.
well, we brought some.
Some unknown
Yeah, to
attention.
the area, to the lake. Let's
Yeah.
call it to Franny more than we did anything else. So.
And by the way, just FYI on that note, yeah, it looked easy.
It was easy.
but we were literally, you know, let's put it this way: in order for us to replicate that on our own, would have taken us
Oh, my
weeks,
God.
if not months,
Weeks?
if maybe not even.
Oh my God.
So the only reason we were able to do that is because we had somebody, much like us, giving hot spots away. We had a local that gave away the location of those two giant muskie, and they were exactly where he said they would be. And so, you know, here's the thing with fishing, in my opinion. There's two types of anglers. There's anglers that do it simply for their own enjoyment. In other words, going fishing and setting a hook on a fish and catching that fish. They do it simply for their own enjoyment. And then there's anglers who do it for other reasons. And those other reasons can be to share it with another angler or take photos and send to other people to show them their fish. So in other words, it's more about not themselves, but others. And I think that in our case, obviously we're doing a television show, so there's a certain element of both for us. But I think we spend most of the time out there fishing because we just want to fish. Yeah. And if we could eliminate having to show it and we could eliminate having to tell you where it is, we probably would. Right? Yeah. We probably would. But unfortunately or fortunately, we're in the business where we have to. Because if we don't share those spots, it means that the industry doesn't grow, means that you and or your offsprings and their offsprings may not have an opportunity to enjoy the wonderful fishery that we're exposed to. So for us, it's an extension of that, right?
That said, we only show the Fishing Canada shoots that we're fishing on. When we go out fishing for ourselves, I go out by myself a lot. When Ange and I go out, we're going to go out this week and we're not bringing the cameras for that. So that kind of stuff you may never hear. If we get a big one, we'll post a picture of it. You might catch 20 fish in a day, but that's all about learning and, like Ange says, just enjoying yourself, being out there and having fun on the water. So
yeah, at the end of the day, I think most of us are responsible.
Yep.
And for those of you who aren't, don't watch the show anymore, please. How's that?
Leave our hot spots alone.
Anyways, thank you for the wonderful comments from
Hurley Lock 6460.
Hurley Lock 64. Wow, you memorized that, didn't you?
No, I didn't. Oh. Look at.
Is that an eligible? Or is that?
That's good.
No, that's later on.
That's later on. That's feedback.
That's right.
Yeah, he didn't ask any questions there, did he?
No question marks, just feedback.
My bad. I
Would
had
it
to check.
be-
Here we go.
No, I'm serious now. I mean, this obviously.
that would
Look
be
on Dean's
eligible.
face right now. He's got the smirk going. He's saying,
obviously,
what's coming?
that person went to a lot of time and effort, and we appreciate that, by the way, to write that comment and have us read it on the show and all that. But
And it
and
was,
it
a,
was
lovely
a lovely comment. Thank you.
A very lovely comment.
But just because he didn't put one little question in there, we're going to penalize him from potentially winning.
Dude, you got him 40 to 44-inch pike. You can't penalize that guy. He just used your hotspot for the fish of the week. Woo!
And he's talked about it on the show. He's involved in other ways. I've been told by the higher powers that we need to stop giving away so much
Is that what
money.
it is, a cutback? We're-
I had a message come down. That we,
It's starting to get colder.
We're in cutback.
People are getting
We're in
hungrier.
cutback mode.
We're in cutback mode. You're wanting to give the
Whatever.
feedback and the questions,
No,
and now, oh boy, there's gonna
Thank
be
you,
some,
Hurley.
There's gonna be some
Appreciate it.
infighting around here.
I love
Hurley.
you, man.
Yeah.
All right, these other guys, they're more into the.
and he has won.
Oh, he
before.
has. Oh, well,
Hurley's a regular. Right?
He's a
Do you
regular.
remember the name Hurley Lockett's? Very.
Did Hurley ever check in with me? I can't remember if I've made Hurley a coupon. I don't think Hurley's checked in with me before. If
If
he
you
has
won a
one.
contest, maybe
If you're
you
out
won a
there,
contest.
reach out to
Hurley,
Nick.
Hurley, if you're out there, message us on our Facebook
If Nick
or
ripped you
Instagram.
off, Hurley, you make sure you tell him. Okay, buddy.
I will apologize profusely.
If I was
if that
Hurley
has
right now,
happened.
I'd say, I was only for 4 hoodies.
This episode is brought to you by Sail. Sail is proudly Canadian and stocked with over 100 Canadian brands you know and love.
From rods and reels to sonars to kayaks and every last lure you've seen on the Fishing Canada show, Sail has all the gear to get you on the water.
Drop into one of 12 stores across Ontario and Quebec and talk to the real fishing specialists, or gear up online anytime at sail.ca.
Sail, the ultimate destination for your outdoor adventures.
This episode is brought to you by Angler's Leaderboard and its Spot Mapper feature. Spot Mapper connects your catch data to your spots, allowing you to view your catch history. With Spot Mapper, your locations stay completely private. Only you can access them, so your favorite spots stay your secret. Learn more at anglersleaderboard.com. Last episode we did I shouldn't say
Come on
the
now.
last episode that I remember that we did. But that might have been a few episodes ago, and or to my defense, and or they might not necessarily be dropped in the order that we do them.
Correct.
In a lot of cases.
Correct,
that's-
mundo.
But in the last one, we spent a lot of time talking about those critters. In fact, we had somebody on the program from DFO to talk to us about invasive species, and in particular, the one that was captured this past year that was almost 62 pounds, I think. Or something.
Whatever, Lake Huron, right?
Lake Huron.
Lake Huron, yeah.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah,
by
it's
the
at the grass
by the
plant.
nuke plant out there.
Yeah, but
yeah.
Concard Nuke Plant. I helped built that place, Ange.
You did
now,
too.
Now I'm stupid
Boy,
old
oh
carper
boy.
coming in there.
I'll tell you.
I had some good times up there.
Oh, I'll bet.
We lived in the camps. I was an electrician, apprentice, and we lived in the camp because it was construction. So they're building the station. So you go into the camp. We drive up on Sunday night, work, sleep, drink some beers, and then come home on the weekend. So boy, I had some good times up there. Just in the camp, poker game. You'd loved it. Poker
Oh, I can
games.
imagine.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Your spent youth was could you have memories?
I
of that?
wasn't there that long. I was there for
No.
about a year, I think,
okay.
ish. So, but it was good. My roommate, I had some great stories of a roommate that I won't share. I'll just say one thing. But his clothes
Billy
closet,
Stinson?
Danny
Danny Stinson.
wouldn't stoop to that camp. He'd have lived in a penthouse somewhere. He'd have paid the extra money. My roommate, at one time. In his clothes closet, all his clothes were laying on the floor, and it was full of cases of beer, full and empty, stacked right up to the top with beer cases. He was a unit, this boy, I'll tell you. Anyways, okay.
Anyways, I brought that up because we up until then had been talking about this invasive species called the grass carp, which we're on the lookout for and being vigilant about. Detecting it and going out of the way to make sure that when we're out in the field angling that we can identify this critter, because we thought that the gate's locked, hopefully it won't jump the fence and they won't get in. Well, lo and behold, we discovered that they have gotten in.
Yeah.
And we had, in fact, if you go to last week's?
It'll be last episode.
The last episode, you can see what we're talking about. We had a Department of Fisheries and Oceans official, Tricia.
Ugarte.
Very nicely done, Dino.
You got it. Got it.
On the program to tell us exactly. She was on location when they captured the fish and identified it and brought it back to DFO headquarters and then did all of the whatever they do to them once they get in there. So basically what it told us, because we also found out that there had been 34 such cases of these fish over the last several years that have gotten in. So it's not so much a prevention anymore, but now, we're into phase 2 of this whole detection and identifying phase. So it becomes even more important than before because they are here. Grass carps, is that correct? Grass carps?
I think it's carp, but
all right, grass carp are here. We cannot say any longer that we have to be vigilant and keep an eye out and let people know when they finally invade and get here. Well, that ship has sailed. And so now we have to be even more careful on proper identification because now our job as anglers is to keep an eye out and try and identify them and then report that to the authorities as soon as you possibly can.
it's prevalent, right? And when and if you see one, you do the right thing, and that is if you think it's a grass carp, you put a net under it or something. Like this was an injured fish. It was swimming on the surface, I believe, right? So it was it was dying or close to dead. You scoop it up. If it's dead, scoop it up. If it's not, you know the look of a common, most people know the look of a common carp. Hopefully you do. If you don't, then you should look at, go to these websites and
totally different look.
Yeah, they are different when you look at it. So, and then you get a good look at this and put it in the net and say, take a picture of it and go from there. You go to, what's the website, Dino?
Invasive carp. Invasivecarp.ca no longer.
And I was amazed by how quickly she said they responded.
Yeah.
She was saying they were there within
like a crime,
hours.
right? It's like a crime scene.
Yeah. On a weekend.
Crazy.
I don't know if they were like on call 24 hours or what, because it was on a weekend.
I mean, it could be.
They have to be on call, I guess.
The fact that, obviously, if that fish had been caught in Lake Ontario, maybe the response time would have been greater, right? But
yeah,
for whatever reason, they've set up camp in areas where they believe might hold some of these critters. And
yeah, like if it was in Superior, way north, obviously it might be a bit of a delay, but they were there, and like I couldn't believe that if you caught it on that day, they would be like they'd be able to meet you at the boat launch. I thought you'd be putting it on ice and looking after this thing and all the.
Put it in your bathtub.
I had no idea.
Yeah, the wife mad at you a little bit.
Anyways, this was some real breakthrough news for us, and we're going to continue reminding you the importance of learning more about this invasive species, knowing more about it, and being able to identify it quickly in the field, and then deploy whatever means you can to either capture it or contain it, or whatever, and notify the officials. And like Dean said, they obviously respond very quickly. So
excellent. Good on them.
All that information is available at invasive carp.
InvasiveCarp.ca.
At the Invasive Species Centre.
Used to be.
No, it's still the Invasive Species Centre.
No, it still is.
Asian carp.
AsianCarp.ca.
Any of those will work anyways.
I'll beep that out.
Get rid of that.
Bleep. Yes, please.
Get rid of that
do.
bullshit.
In the news, Mr. Bowman, brought to you by J&P BBB, your outdoor superstore, J&B Cycle
You're
and
thinking
Marine.
of PB&J, weren't you? Peanut butter and jam. That's what you're thinking.
I was.
Yeah, I got you.
And how about those Blue Jays, by the way? Not
Speaking
to
of
date
Jay,
this. I mean, oh my God.
Yeah. What an exciting game. That's
What, the first time in like 37 years or something?
Some odd years, for sure.
36 or 37 years? Mm-hmm. It's very
Very
nice.
nice.
Yes,
J&B Cycle and Marine, Ontario's largest Princecraft Mercury dealer, perhaps on the planet, until that's disputed.
Until further notice.
Right. That means somebody has to come out and say, hey.
Hey.
That's right. So until such notice is forthcoming, we will proclaim J&B Cycle and Marine Ontario's and the world's largest Princecraft Mercury dealer since 1970. And you guys were fortunate enough to be there.
Oh my God, love it. Rob, Cameron, everybody there was so good.
Lovely images, by the way, you brought back. I saw
Did
on the last episode, I believe.
Yeah, they're in the last
Yeah,
podcast.
there you go. I haven't seen that one yet. So
People are probably watching.
I'm
right now.
halfway through that one yet. So so we have J&B, or is just the wolf stuff you're talking about?
J&B, I sent you that news.
Yeah, I'm
podcast,
halfway through right now on my screen.
okay,
Right now,
gotcha.
halfway through it. So I can't even see the images yet, Jimmy.
I
But
noticed
will
something
see
on
it.
that episode that
I'm a
little
better looking guy than
concerning.
Stevie.
That's a little no. Well, there's that too. But,
Sorry, Stevie. I know
we
you're better
really
looking
tend
than
to
me.
drag things out. Eh? Did you notice that on that episode?
I'm only halfway done, so I can't tell you.
So you're only halfway done. Yeah.
I'm not dragging yet.
We just
Which element of the
all of it.
podcast?
All of it. We need to shorten this thing up. This
Okay,
business.
everybody, thanks for coming out
The
today. This is,
shortness-
the news was brought to you by J&B Cycle Marine. It was a real quick piece of news. And
What is in
talk
the
to you
news,
later.
Mr. Bowman?
It's about a Rocky horror picture show, isn't it? Rocky Mountain spotted fever detected in Ontario. So this is a new one. There's a warning about Rocky Mountain spotted fever, a serious tick-borne illness recently detected in Long Point, Ontario. So Long Point is about a third of the way down the shoreline on Lake Erie. So not quite to west, but a third of the way Canadian side of Lake Erie.
Speaking of airborne diseases, is it just me? I am constantly surrounded by tiny little bugs,
Fruit flies.
like fruit fly kind of thing.
We've had a few bug problems in here.
Oh my
Have we?
God.
Oh, we had the bee.
friggin' yellow
invasion.
jackets.
Did we ever get pictures of those?
We can post that.
Can we put some pictures up sometime?
on this
put some pictures
podcast
up.
right here, I've got pictures because my desk is there and the window is there. That was the most of them, and then there's another window right here, and it was unbelievable. These were the ones that were getting in the building.
We also
Insane.
had that weird little beetle. Remember that? Was it last year? I think it was like a little red beetle, gray
All
legs.
those little things, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember them in here though.
Yeah, we had in the front foyer.
I
there
don't
was
remember
some.
those. I must have been away
You
that
don't remember
week.
those?
Anyways, they'll go back to the quickly yellow jackets. We decided to leave them there until the kill was all over. We got an exterminator. We had 482 dead yellow jackets in our building.
And now
in our building.
And didn't he give us an estimate of?
No, because I said there'd be thousands in there, and he said no way.
Right.
And then I count 482 right here.
So
okay, buddy.
So there were definitely thousands.
There was a lot of yellow jackets
right
in there.
behind here. So I just want you to know that the importance there is you have to understand that the risks that we
we
take to
go.
bring you this podcast.
There you go.
We worked for
Right
at
there.
least 2 months with thousands of wasps, not bees,
Wasps.
that were buzzing
Nasty.
around right behind this. Okay,
Yeah.
but we said no, we must move
The show
forward.
must go on.
So just
So
want
they're
you to
saying,
know.
why the hell did you not get an exterminator in, you idiots? And,
Well,
we
there's
had
that, too.
some people attempting to do it earlier, too. And then we finally got
We took the cheap route.
right people. We took the cheap route, for sure. The cheap route didn't do so good.
What were we just?
The disease
We get carried
is
away.
caused by
Peter.
Rickettsia.
And what
How's
is it?
that?
What are you reading now?
About the tick thing. It was spread by
Rocky
American
Mountain
dog
tick,
ticks, which
right.
are already common in much of the province.
Rickettsia.
Rickettsia. Yeah, that's it,
Rickettsia.
rickettsia.
Rickettsia or
And
rickettsy or something.
Both. 2 human cases have been confirmed with exposure in the Long Point area, and several dogs that visited the same region have also tested positive. So we won't go into this too much more. But it's another tick-borne
Could you
disease,
repeat yourself
unlike, very much like Lyme disease.
Right.
Tick-borne disease.
This is much less
This is
severe,
much less,
though.
but you can die from this one. I have heard.
I think dogs can die, and people who would be also prone to die of like the flu
Right,
and stuff
people with
like
a weak
that,
immune
yeah.
system and all that, and
Yep.
you got to catch it fast. It's another one of those things we have to when you're walking your dog, walking yourself through the bush, etc.
How can you prevent a dog, an outside dog, from getting ticks? Like
you
it would
can't.
seem to.
You can't. Dean was a great example. Dean had a
Dean
dog
is
in
a
tick.
great example. Oh,
He had
okay, I'm
a
sorry.
dog in tick country, and he had to check his dog constantly. Right? Do you know?
Oh, it was horrible. There'd be like 4 or 5 every time he came in, and you'd have to crush them. And then occasionally you'd be on the couch or something and you'd see one just like walk across because we missed it, and it was like the size of a tuna. Because it was all full.
Jesus
oh, it was
Christ.
nasty. And I had multiple. I had one time I was on the couch. This was in like December, because the Trenton area that I used to live is so bad for it. And I had one like walk across my head while I was on the couch.
Remind me not
So
to come visit
gross.
you. When
I don't live there anymore. I moved.
Okay.
I remember with Scooter, my little Chihuahua. We never had to like check him for ticks. I don't think he ever got one, but every year in May we had to give him this medicine for Lyme.
Oh, preventative. They had.
It preventative. They have a preventative
That's
one.
interesting.
That's in.
So we gave it to him every year. We still have to give it to him every year. And like he's a little dog, so I don't know if maybe it only works on little dogs.
No,
He's like 3 pounds.
They do
He's a
have
little-
them. I find the problem with that is it's designed to make the tick fall off. And that's great when they're outside, but when your dog is inside and ticks fall off, they just get you. So
Mackerel.
check the warm parts of your body, the warm, soft parts.
Oh.
That's where they like.
Oh, so they don't.
I feel like there's a
stay on your
button that
face
sounds
there,
a little
will
like,
they?
oh,
Problem is that sometimes you can't see all of those.
You have to feel.
You have to feel.
To feel.
So that big old butt crack, that
can
big
always
butt
hire
crack we saw
someone to
earlier, that'd
look
be
at
a
it.
prime spot for that, wouldn't it?
Oh,
About 6 or 8 of
That
them
is
would fit in there, no
prime
problem.
time. That is prime territory.
Dean, I need to know the legalities of hiring someone to check them soft, warm areas.
Oh, I have a funny story about that, which I will not share with anybody.
Oh my!
God, please don't.
Anyways, this is yet another reminder to check yourself on these walks after you go into the bush. Ticks they're everywhere, right, Dean? I mean, this is you were in tick country. You said in Trenton and all that. Eastern Ontario is nasty for it. Now
I've got them in December. I got them early spring.
Yeah.
They're just
and now
just
Long
no
Point, obviously that area, north shore of Lake Erie, and I'm sure everything in between. If there's bush country around, there's a possibility of deer ticks or any kind of these tick diseases. So be careful.
Check it out. That's it. That's that. But you can go on fishingcanada.com, read the whole story.
The whole story, because we
don't let
butcher
us.
it up.
Yeah, we just
Remember,
destroy it.
Ann says we go on too long, so we butcher stuff, and then you got to go on to the good stuff, the real stuff.
Real stuff is fan question of the week, my friend. Brought to you by fishfindermounts.com. And it's funny because we're going to talk about this in a few minutes.
Yeah,
But
come on now.
Come on now.
Is he eligible? Is this an eligible question?
This is eligible.
It's
This is
YouTube,
eligible.
is it? Via YouTube.
sponsored by Fish Finder Mounts. Wow. Look
Boy, I
at
like
you.
that.
Is that
Whatever
brand
that
new,
was.
Dean?
That's the eligible song. Yeah.
It's the
boy,
eligible
that's
song.
it.
Those lyrics are awesome.
Submitted by Rand V Adventures.
Yeah, that's good.
Rand, is that supposed to be Rand?
Sure.
Rand
Rand
Ventures.
Ventures.
Rand Ventures.
Via YouTube.
No, you're right. Van P.
And this is eligible, as you could tell by the sound effect that we just heard, for the big prize. He says, "Hi guys, with the Flint Davis verdict coming out, do you think the boat speed is something BASS and other fishing organizations should look into to make sure something sad like that doesn't happen again?" He's, I'm assuming it's Rad V, so I'm going to say Rad is referring to a recent story a couple of months ago, I guess it was, eh?
April.
Yeah.
April, where during a BASS
It
tournament,
was an MLF, I think. Not
was it MLF?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Davis performed some illegal maneuvering with his boat, I would assume, although it hasn't been determined yet.
Yeah.
But you have to assume that when you crash into another boat, that even though it was not intentional, something
This
happened.
was wrong.
Was wrong. You were not in
Especially-
control of your boat.
Especially from what has been said, told, and seen, is that he was heading straight. It wasn't like he was maneuvering around this, that, and the other. And it was on a straight line, and he hit the boat that was sitting there fishing.
Yeah, there's a video out there. It's horrible. I would not recommend
Yeah.
watching it.
Is there a video
But,
of it?
Yeah, I wouldn't
Oh,
watch
yeah.
that. So I don't.
Just
I can't.
driving a straight line right
So,
straight.
I mean, it's quite obvious that Mr. Davis's attention wouldn't have been like this right here, steering and going, if you're running that close to 70 mile an hour, I think, right?
Yeah.
He was ripping. His eyes must have been somewhere else. I don't know where. If he's on, hopefully it's not a phone or whatever like that. And I don't know if you'd ever proved that.
I never even thought of that.
But because of the still, you know what I mean? People do it in their cars all the time, right? They're on you look at this on the road nowadays, and people are on their phone all the time still, knowing that there's, not only just a fine, but you could kill somebody doing it, but yet they're on it all the friggin' time. So.
Well, unfortunately, Mr. Davis, Flint Davis, his lack of paying attention to what's in front of him, caused 3 people to perish, 3 fatalities, and 2 others that were seriously injured. So obviously, this is going to be a big, big case. And it will be pivotal. I think the bass tournament industry will be affected by the verdict and the results from this case.
Yeah, there's class action suit. I guess
I
think MLF is part of it, right? I think.
Absolutely.
So,
so could you see this kind of spiraling into some sort of speed regulation or... I know they removed the shotgun start in a lot of tournaments because of crashes.
Well, these guys don't do that anymore. Yeah.
No, but I mean, that's kind of an example of the measures they take to avoid this kind of
Boy,
stuff.
that would just be devastating to the industry, though. I mean, there's so much. There are boat manufacturers out there that would be impacted severely by any restriction on speeds. There's outboard motor manufacturers that would be severely impacted because they rely on their products being sold to the competitors who fish tournaments.
Correct, yeah.
If you start eliminating the need to go, say, over, and you can't cut speed by 5 miles per hour and say, there, we've done our job now,
Yeah.
You'd have to literally go back to old school tin boats, that would do 15, 20 miles per hour in order to eliminate any possibilities of this happening again.
Yeah.
I don't think you can, Dean. And I'll tell you, we have car accidents every minute of every day.
Yeah.
And we still have vehicles that will exceed 100, 120, 130 kilometers per hour. You can't just say, okay, that's it. We can't go over 30 miles per hour anymore because, something.
Yeah, because the track record of tournament, let's use MLF and BASS as 2 examples, is very good. There's not very many accidents in that for all the miles they're running at 70 plus mile an hour.
I'll take it back farther, Pete. I'll take it back farther. I'm going to go back, I'm hearkening to the days that Dean just alluded to where we used to have 150 boats blast off all at once.
Yeah. Yeah.
And in all the years that we did that,
Never saw it.
I do not recall one single major accident. Certainly not something that caused a fatality.
Yeah.
Right? I remember a couple of little things where, a couple of boats might have bounced off each other and there was some bickering about the gel coat being cracked on this boat and the paint. But in all the years that we, I hate to say this, but I grew up in an era without seatbelts. And I spent my entire youth in the backseat of a 52 Chevy driving around on the highway at full speeds. And my brother and I just rolling around on the floor and playing up on the coat rack thing on the back deck. And there was never a problem.
Exactly.
Right? So we can go overboard on this. And I think that the thing that should be done here, first of all, we need to find out what happened to Mr. Davis. What caused him to be so
not focused on in front of there, on something else, right? Yeah.
Yeah, something.
Because it wasn't the fast boat that did that. It was his inattention to whatever where he was going. So apparently he didn't have the proper safety credentials for the state too. So
What's that mean?
Like he didn't have a boating license or whatever it was. Not that it matters, but that's going to go against him for sure. They're going to use that against him. But he didn't, he didn't have. I guess it'd be the boating license. Where was it? This in Alabama or Georgia. So I'm assuming it was a combination boater. So, anyways, sad story for sure. And he's got what are the fines? Oh, his bond was set
No,
at
his bond.
$115,000.
U.S.
Yeah.
But $1 billion Canadian.
Yeah. And they're awaiting trial. So
anyways, to answer your question, Rand Adventures via YouTube, who knows? Who knows? And who knows what BASS and other organizers are going to do. Certainly, I don't think anything's going to happen prior to this case
you know
being...
what? It wouldn't be his phone because they don't allow phones in the tournaments. So he wouldn't have been on his phone.
Good point.
Because you're not allowed. Well, you can have your phone on because you can call for emergency. You can call headquarters and that. So there is a chance, and maybe you can run it as a GPS. If you have some kind of mapping on there, maybe. So I take that back.
Speaking of that might be as simple as that too, right? That he was on one of his monitors. I'm sure he had the usual 32 monitors on his boat, of which 2 or 3 of them are mounted on the console. And he might have been obstructed, his view might have been obstructed by a monitor, perhaps, or he was maybe looking at his GPS unit, looking for routes to take or whatever the case may be. All the more reason why, and I'm not going to sit here and tell you that we are perfect by any means, but one of the things that we do on the boat when we're running is that if the operator of the boat, who's ever behind the wheel, is focused on driving, it's the co-pilot or navigator that's doing all of the charting and or laying out navigational lines and stuff on the unit. It's not the driver. Because I do think you can get distracted pretty good.
Oh, sure you could. Oh, right? God. Some people are glued to that, so, yeah.
In fact, on one of our boats, we had a separate, remember, on FNC1?
On the passenger side.
We had separate, the other side had its own navigational screens, and they were connected, so depending on who's driving, but that person can be plotting your route, and then when he's got it all figured out, shoots it over to your screen, and you're good to go.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah. So, anyways, great question. Rand
V Adventure?
Rand V Adventure. What do we think? Is this worthy of something?
I think Rand V gets a code.
All right.
Done?
Excuse me.
So yeah, Rand, just same as I mentioned with our other friend earlier in the show, message us. You got to prove you're you. So take a little screenshot of you signed in to Rand V Adventures. Send it into our Instagram or Facebook, and I will respond with a wonderful little coupon code.
There you go.
Nice.
Keep them coming, folks. Keep them coming. Especially now, does this code does everything? In other words, it's a code for the store as well as a code for the contest?
This code is store only. We have not decided what our bonus code of the week is going to be for contest and additional
because
couponage.
I would say that they would be in high demand since we put up this unit here. I would think that everybody's looking for bonus codes for that.
I would think so.
So what do we want to make this week's code?
Any ideas, or do you want to wait till the end?
I got one, but it could be said at the end, or it could be said right now.
Let's do it now so people can't skip, because maybe they know it's at the end.
That does happen.
I would say, how about
move it around.
Canso? It's a perfect one.
I like
what's
Canso?
Canso. Something simple.
Canso.
All capitals.
I like it.
Thank you.
Again, so
And now you'll hear what it's all about.
Sealed, signed, delivered.
so there's 2 bonuses here to be had.
Well, there's a bonus for Rand V.
Oh, that's his own. Gotcha.
No one else gets that, just Rand. And then for everyone else, you can use Canso, and that gives you 15% off on the store, and your 10 bonus entries. Dean the Dancing Machine, 10 bonus entries for the new Live Scope Ice House system giveaway we got going on.
Which is available in Quebec.
Oh, let's not forget and welcome those good people in
Bonjour,
mon ami.
I need a song for that, like a
Pamplemousse.
Yes.
Now,
You just called them a grapefruit.
now, Dean, I'm going to throw a little shocker your way.
Okay.
Oh, maybe I should. Maybe I should do this off the air.
Don't give Dean the shocker. That's not a good
Well,
thing.
I can edit it.
I think he should get the shocker on camera.
I think he should get the shocker on camera
Do you
too. No, let's
know?
have it.
Do you know that there is still a requirement that?
Uh-oh.
I know where you're going.
And how are we in
get an
compliance?
I did all of that work today as we're speaking. So by the time this is out, it's been long since.
Oh,
I'm done.
okay, so we're
I
fully
translated it
perfect.
myself.
We're fully compliant with the fact that the contest has to be bilingual.
Oh yes, I did it myself.
Did you use the clanker?
Nope, I translated it off. Just
Good
off my
for
head.
you, buddy.
Dean's
Yeah.
taking,
It took me all day.
This is why
French
he
classes.
makes the
That's
big
right.
bucks.
It took me all day.
All
This
right,
is why-
that's
this
all
is
I want to know. Hey, anglers, want to turn your next catch into a competition? Well, check out Anglers Leaderboard, the new fishing platform that lets you track your catches, join friendly competitions, enter tournaments, and see how you rank against others in your region. Use your phone and the photo measure board to automatically detect length and species. No more guesswork. Whether you're fishing for pleasure or to compete, ALB makes every catch count. What's your ALB score? Well, get Anglers Leaderboard today and start climbing the ranks. Visit anglersleaderboard.com to learn more. And speaking of Canso, which is the bonus code for this wonderful prize package behind us. The reason we picked Canso is because now we're going to talk about a recent road trip that we made. This segment is brought to you by Silver Wax. Silver Wax, in conjunction with Quebec and bilingualism and welcome to the contest world and all that stuff. Silver Wax, one of our good partners on this show, is a Canadian-made product made in Canada.
Yes.
Made in Canada. It's one of the only Canadian-made.
Proudly Canadian.
Proudly. Thank you.
Nice job, Dino.
Boy, he's been.
He's getting good
He
these
must have
days.
taken it to heart every time you give him shit. So he's got to be. Now he's starting to say,
A
okay.
complete line of products to make your job of cleaning your little babies, whether, and I'm not talking
babies.
children, cars, boats, ATVs, motorhomes, whatever you cherish as a vehicle for transporting you around, you can make it look better and keep it protected longer by using these fine products from Silver Wax.
Hey, they get the ceramic coating kit like we saw in Canso. And
Yeah, I've been looking at that.
Truro.
I've been looking at that.
I haven't tried that one yet.
No, I've been thinking about it.
It looks so good
I
on
know,
a vehicle. Oh
I
my
know,
God, it looks so
I know. But you can mess it up too.
good.
That's
Wait till you
the
get your
only
new one. Don't even do it with this one.
problem. Yeah, I was thinking of the Zed.
Oh, now you're talking about it.
Or the
Now you're
MG.
talking.
No, not really, but the Zed.
Oh,
for
the
sure.
Zed would look good.
Yeah, I know, but you have to be careful.
Get a
Anyways,
pro. Take it out. Take it to Truro and get Petey to do it for
Exactly,
you.
exactly.
Yeah. He was just doing one when we were down there.
That looked great too.
And it looked
Yeah,
real
it
nice.
does.
Sorry, it was a segment brought to you by Silver Wax. It is our On the Road segment. We're going to talk to you now about all good things that took place last week. We were on a part 2 of a 2-part mission into the province of Nova Scotia. Part 1 took place earlier in the year. And Dean, you were...
In Wedgeport, me and Steve were
Yeah.
in
Me and
Wedgeport.
Steve.
We did a whole podcast, I think, probably 4 episodes before the one you're hearing now. You can go back and hear all about it. We did like a 2-hour.
You did
Oh
it,
my God,
You did it
2
properly.
hours.
You did it from the road. As all...
Is that-
Look at these
There's
flies.
a lot of
What
flies.
the hell is going on?
They're everywhere. Is that the
Can we attribute that to anybody,
tuna
by the
and
way?
tradition?
Can we...
The flies?
Yeah.
It's food going in somewhere in this building. There's food.
They're coming out of the sink.
Wow.
So,
Would it,
I'm
Not cool.
gonna get them fixed up tonight. Don't you
All
worry.
right.
he's going to fix.
all right.
I'm gonna fix this one
Okay.
so nice.
So, anyways, the second leg, Peter and myself and Nick and Dean, actually, these 4 characters on this show, actually.
Correctamundo.
Look at that. How
Plus,
was that
Tricky
set
Ricky.
up? Was that set up or did that just happen?
I
No?
think it just kind of fell into it, I think, as usual around here.
So we went to Canso, Nova Scotia, which I mentioned earlier, is as far east, northeast as you can travel in the province of Nova Scotia without going on to Cape Breton Island.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, and it is out there. Trust me.
tiny little town. I guess you call it a town, right?
It's about 3 hours west or east of Halifax.
Correct. Yeah, we flew to Halifax and then drove from there. So
And what a pretty drive that is, too.
It was nice. It was very nice.
So we went there to go tuna fishing.
Tuna.
Now we have been there before.
Yes, we have. Sandy.
Once before.
Hey, Captain Sandy.
And so we were no strangers to it. But it's an interesting dichotomy of Canso. There's still hardcore people that have lived there, 2-3 generations. But the population has gone from a high of about 6,500 to 7,000 people at some point. And now we're into less than 1,000 people that live there. But they're still, it looks great, and the people are still wonderful. They're as nice as you could ever imagine a community being.
Yep. Typical East Coast.
Typical East Coast.
Eastern Canada.
Just, and I don't know. I asked questions when I was down there as to what would cause this. Like, we're talking drastic migration of people out of there. What would cause it? And really, there was no single one answer. They've had some issues with fishery, for sure.
Yeah, that's the main product they have, right? Is fish. I mean, I would think.
When the cod closure happened years ago, obviously that was the starting point, because they very much depended on that industry, the cod industry.
Got some incidental cod there when we were looking for mackerel.
Boy, they didn't look like they were in trouble at all.
No, they weren't at all. Cod, pollock, mackerel.
Tons.
Yeah.
There's just, you drop something overboard anywhere out there, and there's going to be a fish on it within seconds.
It's true.
You can't
find a spot where you don't get a fish, right?
Yeah.
That's the hard part out there. So
anyway, we went there to go and have at it with the giant bluefin tuna that are prevalent in that area, more so in recent years than ever before. They seem to be migrating. We talked to several people, some that were in the know about this phenomenon with the migration of giant bluefin tuna to that area. And it seems to be climate related, because it's stronger than it's ever been in terms of quantity and numbers.
It's got to be getting warmer somehow, right? It's got to be getting to a prime temperature. Maybe it was too cold 40 years ago, 30 years ago, maybe the waters up the northern Atlantic, but now, great white sharks are getting in there too, right? Then who ever thought great white sharks were going to be, off the coast of Nova Scotia? So.
I think it's if people really looked into it, there's probably more great whites off of that part of Canada than just about any place else you can. Because I've heard so many reports of great whites.
Yeah.
And they're there for food. And obviously, since the seal hunt was banned years ago, the seal population has exploded, and that's no coincidence that that's also given birth to this whole new shark invasion.
Remember that Bill was saying the seal population is now down again. It's because of the whites, because of the great white shark.
Yeah.
So they're eating them. So.
And what good food. Have at it, great whites.
Big blubber, all that fat they get in there to make themselves great big fat. Oh, my God.
But one of the byproducts of the problems with that, too, is that the tuna fishermen are having problems bringing tunas in.
Correct.
Because during the fight, it's not unusual now to have a great white come and devour part of your tuna.
Yeah. Think about that.
Which is devastating to the tuna.
That's an expensive bite.
Well, every bite's $1,000 or thousands of dollars.
Yeah. So they're not too happy with that right now down there.
We saw a picture of Captain Bill, the guy that we were with. He sent us a picture of.
Do we have that picture, Dean? Can we put that up?
We can put that
up on the screen right now.
Just check this out. The damage a single great white shark can do to a fish that's hundreds of pounds. I don't know how big that tuna was. Did Bill say about how big it was, guys? Probably.
I think it was in the
high threes.
300 to 400 pound fish, which is huge, and this great white is chunking it out like a chocolate bar. Boof, boof. Oh God!
Which leads me to believe that at some point, and I don't know whether there is there a great white shark fishery anywhere on the planet?
No, they're protected.
No,
they're protected everywhere,
protected.
I believe. The planet.
So I was going to say, boy, what a great sport fishery that would turn into. Right?
Yeah, but I know they're protected here, and I know they're protected in South Africa. I'm sure it's worldwide.
There's also now a population of them in Bay of Fundy.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Captain Greg Bellabo
Easy
was
up,
telling
easy
us
down,
about
Nick.
that when easy up, easy down there now, Peter. Easy up, easy down there now, Peter.
Bow to the bass.
Bow to the bass.
Greg was awesome. Yeah, so there's sharks there. There's great white sharks everywhere. And then, of course, we've got poor beagle sharks. We got mako sharks. We got blue sharks. There's a lot of sharks in the Atlantic. And they show up daily out there for these guys that are out fishing. So, yeah, it's pretty cool.
What a great adventure that is. We, like I said, we've done it before, I think 4 or 5 times before, not just out of Canso, but a few other parts of Nova Scotia, as well as PEI, chasing down big tuna. And it's got to be the most exciting. I guess, in the world of fishing, if you equate it to the hunting world, it's your big game hunt, right? It's that big game hunt that
yeah, that's exactly what it is.
It's
the ultimate predator.
It's
sort
the
of thing,
ultimate
right?
predator, and it is a blast when you finally
crazy.
make contact with them. The high that you get from that is just
Sitting around, eating lunch, smoking a cigar, doing whatever you're doing on the boat for hours upon hours, and then all of a sudden, that reel starts going, that drag starts ripping out, and it's just nothing you can do about it. You just got to hang on. The boat goes absolutely insane. Everybody in the boat goes nuts. Captain, the first mate, and everybody, all of us. We all just went crazy when it started to happen. It was just from a switch turned, right? It's like a big breaker switch.
And I'd imagine for a novice, or certainly somebody who's never experienced it before, to be on the boat when that happens, the first thought that comes to mind is, how in the hell are we going to stop this fish from running until there's no line left on the reel? Because that initial run is just
oh my God,
crazy. But then when you start holding onto that rod and trying to crank it in, then you really get a sense of the power that's at the other end. And Nick, that was your first experience out there?
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. Just I'm really surprised I didn't get seasick. That was my biggest
I think
worry.
you came close a couple times.
No, I never did. You keep saying that to me, and you kept saying it to me on the boat, and I'm not gonna lie, it just kept pissing me off because I felt fine.
You didn't look fine. I thought a couple of...
Well,
he
I didn't
slept
look
through
fine
most
because
of
I had
it,
so much gravel in my
he was
system.
sleeping a lot. So.
Like I really double dosed on that, and then I was taking caffeine pills too. So like my head was in a whole other part of the world for like half of the day. I guess that'd be like 6 to 11. Like I was just.
That's pretty typical, isn't it?
But well, that's fair enough. But no, it was a really awesome experience. Like that first morning going out when it was so rough, and like the boat was just like this. Like you couldn't get footing to save your life.
Yeah.
And I was in that new Arc'teryx rain suit I got, and I was still getting wet.
And no fish for the whole day.
And no fish for the whole day, and just doing
He's
this
rocking it.
for hours. And then poor Ricky on his toes over the side.
But
of the boat.
when you hook up, like you have the power of that fish, you got to admit that's you've never felt anything like that in your life.
I've never felt anything
so
like
strong.
It was like a car was towing
That's right.
the boat
That's
away.
exactly
That's
what I
it
always
felt like.
describe it to people.
It was like a car. Well, mind you, it was a
Yeah.
big fish. Are we allowed?
No.
Are we saying how
No.
heavy it is?
No, we can't give away
Just
too
a little
much.
guy, just a wee guy.
No,
Pull the boat around
don't say
the
that.
friggin' ocean. these
I'll just say this is one of the biggest animals I've seen in real
So
life. I'll just put it that way.
we obviously Dean. Before we get to that, what was your experience like? That was your first time tuna fishing, right?
Yeah, it was. I was the same as Nick. I was out of it from the gravel
Really?
and stuff. I never. Oh my God. I think I would have been better off not taking it. I think by the second day, I mean, it wasn't that bad out there. I had kind of my legs under me, but the gravel's killer. Like you're just battling to keep your eyes open, and even then you feel out of it.
So you're just tired. You're not feeling queasy.
No, you're exhausted, and you're just like mentally like spaced out is what it feels like. I don't know. It was weird, but the experience was amazing. I mean, sitting around with that kind of anticipation, especially because there's so much life in the ocean, like you said, where it's not like fresh water where there's little pockets of life. The whole ocean's just alive.
that
all the
ocean
time.
sunfish we saw.
Oh,
I was just about to say. I was just
Big old
about to say
floppy
that
fin
sunfish.
coming on the top, and then he swims on his
Yeah.
side,
that
and he's
was
back.
wild. Do we have images of that we could put up at all?
I think
We must have shot
we
it.
should, yeah.
Rick must have shot
I
that.
think Rick
That
shot
is
it.
the
he was alive
weirdest
that day.
looking creature.
Oh my
isn't it?
God, eh?
Yeah.
It's just bizarre.
But I do find there's more like it's easier to pass time on the ocean because there is just so much happening. There's so much around. There's birds flying in. Like you never know what you'll see if you pay attention to the water long enough. Where in fresh water, when it's off, it's off. Like just nothing is happening.
Yeah.
So
What about all those schooling mackerel boys?
Oh
We've
my
just
God.
never seen anything like this. We saw bait slicks upon bait slicks that were just everywhere you look. The mackerel population there was ridiculous. I've never seen so many bait fish in my life. And then we dropped the live scope. And here's a whole other story. We dropped the live scope, and we first started seeing the bait on the live scope, which is very cool. We decided to bring a portable kit. And Ange...
in what world does that
and
kit
says,
portable?
you know what? We just got the new 16-inch Garmin, and let's bring that because it had an HDMI, so we wanted to record all the imagery, long story short. So I said, let's put it together then, buddy. So we put it together here, brought it out there, and the highlight of the trip to me, honestly, was that one time we dropped the live scope down, and we said, there's one. And then we saw some more, and we said, wow, look, there's tuna down there. And these were all these tuna. And I come back to the office, and I counted for sure there was at least 10 giant tuna under our boat at one time. And the captain had no idea.
He's never seen that before because he's never had the technology on the boat, right?
Exactly. And we didn't catch one of those either.
No.
But
on technology, I think one of my highlights on the boat was almost giving Grandpa a new haircut with the drone. That was close.
Yeah, we were flying the drone out there probably when we shouldn't have been.
Moving boats.
It was definitely some rough water, and we were pulling the they're called squids, and the best way I can explain it, it's like a foot long giant tube, like a tube jig type tube that painted up like a squid, and there's about 8 of them in a triangle formation.
At least, yeah.
And they troll them on the top of the water. So we wanted to get some real cool visual of the drone looking down at these things because you can't see them. And instead of slowing down, I was like, I got this. I can do this. I've been flying the drone for like less than a year. So I go in to land the drone, flying this thing, and I almost went right into the eyes of my grandfather with it. Like I'm talking, we were inches. And then I got out of the boat, and I was about a half meter away from the ocean.
It was an adventure unto its own.
It was an adventure. All while really high on gravel.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Now you're telling me. Now you're telling me you were stoned running the drone.
So go back to those.
We'll
go back to for the audience. Maybe we'll get a shot of that. Those squid baits as well. We could put in here. But just to give you an idea, if you looked at the biggest musky tubes you could buy, like they're just gigantic musky tubes, and they're all in a line. And I think there's 2 rows of them like that. So you're trolling 10 to 15.
Only one has a hook.
Yeah, and then one behind it has a hook. So these are all teasers, but there's like 10 to 15 musky baits each side of the boat on these big rods. So it's just insane what they do out there.
That is fun fishing.
That's crazy, yeah.
Very visual, and we were fortunate enough to actually see a hookup.
A strike, a topwater strike.
Which is pretty rare. But we were fortunate enough to be looking right at it when it hit.
Yeah.
And
that was mayhem.
Oh my God. It was just, I can't even describe it.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Anyways, needless to say, we had a great adventure in the province of Nova Scotia, in the town of Canso. We're just, barely scraping the surface of some of the things that happened while we were down there. The hospitality off the charts, the food incredible. It's one of those parts of Canada that most of us as Canadians will probably never see, unfortunately, right?
For sure.
But man, I got to tell you, if for whatever reason you find yourself anywhere near the east coast of Canada, remember this. Remember this little town called Canso. And try and make a detour from wherever you're headed or wherever you are down there. Make a little detour just to go see it. It's very Canadiana. Right, it's East Coast Canada at its best. It doesn't get any better, and it's so worthwhile. The things that you'll see there, the things that you'll come back with, story wise, will blow you away. And the finest people on the planet,
indeed,
without question.
You're here.
I did want to mention something as well. I had it marked down to talk about the bananas on the boat and the whistling. Like the superstitions out there were so backwards from what I expected, like a people on the ocean.
I forgot about that.
That Because we didn't talk too much about it on the show.
That was on day one, wasn't it?
As on
That was
day
on
one,
day
we didn't
one.
catch any fish, not even see a fish. And we found that Kenny
We
had
had a cameraman who was on the brink of death, like on his toes over the side.
Are we going to talk about that? It's like
the whistling on the boat is
skirted
not
away
allowed.
from it. You want to talk about that for a minute?
I can pretty much guarantee we have images of that if we want to put them up.
It definitely,
From
we
everybody's
definitely got it
phone.
on the go. We got it on the
So
GoPro.
I talked to everybody before the trip, and because Pete and I have done this several times, obviously, I said, do not expect anything but just horrific conditions out in the Atlantic Ocean. And if you do that, expect the worst, then you'll be pleasantly surprised if you don't get those conditions. However, you need to be prepared for it. And that's why the guys are both saying that they were on grab-all and patches and all kinds of stuff, which unfortunately caused them to be a little lethargic, let's say, on the boat. But at least
Stoned out of my gourd.
they didn't get ill. However, the third member of that fine group, who did the same things as you guys did, right, in terms of the medication.
I don't know if day one.
No, he only did
he?
one grab-all pill.
He did one gravel and no caffeine.
no patches or anything. One grab-all pill that I
patches.
gave him. That's all he took. He said, that's all I want.
And it wasn't the long release.
Okay, so he didn't do what you guys did then.
No, he didn't.
Okay. Anyways, do we have an image of him on the boat? Yeah.
Oh,
all
yeah.
right.
I got one of him laying on the deck of the boat.
Well, let's put up a couple just to help the story along. He got violently ill. And for those of you who have been out on big water and have either experienced it yourself or have seen somebody that succumbs to the ocean's will, it lasts all day. Like, you can't just say, oh, okay, all right, I got it. I've thrown everything up except my underwear, and I'm going to survive it now. No, it doesn't happen that way. You are sick until you come home, get off that damn boat, and spend a few minutes on land. And even then...
It was as if he prolapsed his esophagus. I swear to God. I've never seen a man puke so much and eat
and the
so
colors. Extraordinary.
It was like a rainbow. It was a rainbow.
Extraordinary colors.
Oh, and he says he doesn't remember a part of it.
Oh, my God.
Not a moment of this. It was like blackout zone.
And like
And
idiots.
I couldn't tell you what
Like
happened.
idiots, you know. And we're such simple, stupid creatures when it comes right down to it, right? We're making fun of them.
we were pretty
and
good. Come on.
on.
At first, we were pretty good. The captain was a little rough on him at first. He broke
First
the ice
few
with it.
hours we were okay.
The captain was horrible. But that's the way we are, right? We prey on the weak, and there was a 1 week link on the boat, and everybody preyed on him. But that's just the way it is, right? To his credit, Ricky, every time he wasn't puking, he did laugh along with us. So God bless him for that.
Yeah.
But the unfortunate part, or fortunate part, is that he's also our principal camera operator. And fortunately, I guess you could say, that we didn't have any luck that day at all. I don't think he could have shot anyways. The seas were so big.
No way. No, he would have got even sicker because he'd been looking in that camera instead of at the horizon or whatever. He'd have been done for the whole day. I mean, more done than the whole.
But to Dean's point, so for those of you who have been following us for years, you know how we feel about bananas and water. The two do not mix. If you bring a banana on board, chances are something bad's going to happen that day. And what was that? Was that a seal? I heard. Did we bring back? Anybody bring back a seal?
Nick blew a seal. I think, or a gasket. Sorry.
His name is
God.
Jacques, not Seal.
And so we just feel that there's no place on a boat, on a vessel of any kind, for bananas, period. And so when we get on the boat and it's like the seas are like mountains, and we got one guy on the floor sick, the other guys are like they've been drinking for a month and are all hungover, and like
you were locked up pretty good too. You were locked against the walls like I've never seen you before on this trip too.
I had a difficult time trying to deal with the not for sickness,
your balance,
just
right?
balance.
You were unlike yourself.
Yeah, you had to hold on.
Yeah.
To it.
Like I was worried about you the first day.
Yeah.
I thought maybe I know he's not sick, but there's something going on. I couldn't tell until you admitted what was going on.
The balance thing was crazy.
You were just locked on like we were down in the Bahamas. That's what you were like, locked right onto a wall.
But by day 2, I think both Dean and I got our sea legs.
You got to
So
get
I was able
sea
to
legs.
walk.
Oh, yeah,
I was able to run around that boat by the end of
Day
it.
3, you didn't need sea legs. That was
the
beautiful out
calmest
there.
I've seen in my life.
But anyways, so during that first horrific day, we find out that in fact the first mate has got a bag full of bananas for his snacks. So we had a discussion about that. We had to shed some light on that situation.
Did he throw them out? Does anybody remember?
No,
he ate
no,
them.
he ate them.
ended up eating them. But his rebuttal to that was, well, you think bananas are bad, and that's why we've got this terrible storm that we're dealing with. Well, you got one of your crew members, we won't mention any names,
It was me, actually.
the Whistler.
It was Pete.
It was
Burke.
Pete.
was it
It's
Pete?
always
I was
me
a
for
whistler,
whistling.
too.
He's a whistling golfer, for God's
always.
sake. Anyway, he said, your guy there, he's been whistling since we got on board. When you whistle on board, you're drawing the winds.
Whistle for the wind, they call that.
Whistling for the wind. And well, guess what? You whistled, you got your winds. And so we were competing, two competing forces, bananas and whistling.
Yeah.
And boy, did we pay for it.
Yeah, no kidding.
But anyways, things leveled out the next day, and then by day 3, it was like a pond out there.
Yeah,
In
it was
fact,
so
so
nice.
much so that it was detrimental to fishing because they couldn't get a good drift, they couldn't
Right.
get the kites up,
That's why we got the squids out.
and that's why the squids came out to troll.
Trawling, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Trial
But anyways,
and
you'll
error.
see all that on the upcoming Fishing Canada episode that will be aired starting sometime in January of 26. Our 40th season of broadcast. It's part
Indeed.
of the series.
Indeed.
So you can see the whole story. We're just kind of
Yeah.
lightly
Wedgeport
touching
and Canso together.
both.
Right? It'd be
The whole
two-part-
story about
yeah.
tuna fishing,
Two-parter.
its history.
A lot of
and-
tuna
yeah.
knowledge in this show. It's going to be pretty cool.
That are it. Did we?
You figure?
Well, I think so.
Over an hour, kid.
Well, you can't
You
be
know?
doing
We
that.
normally talk about the contest here, but if you skip to here looking for a bonus entry code, you got to skip back. And find
Oh
it.
my
Ah.
God!
If you thought you
They
were
hate
slick,
you, Dean. They all
we're
hate
slicker.
you right now. The Dean Taylor in there.
Yeah,
Wow,
you
that's
gotta
what
listen.
that's what you were up to because I couldn't figure out what you meant by
I
that.
love it.
People have to be skipping back here. I know they
For
are.
sure
so you
they
gotta
are.
Go back
So
Go back
then
and find
that
it.
would tell me that we should do it all that way every time. that we have it.
Absolutely. Let's do
we
it.
mix it
Mix
up
it
every
up.
time
From now on.
Yep.
Can we remember that?
Sure.
No.
Sure.
No, probably
No,
not.
not a chance. Not a chance in hell can you remember that.
No one else will keep it consistent to every show after
Exactly,
that.
same spot.
Between the question and the question. Yeah. So.
Anyways, that are it, folks. I want to thank you very much for joining us and spending a bit of your valuable time. We do appreciate it. Don't think we don't. We also appreciate it if you would maybe, I don't know, subscribe to the show and or what else can they do?
It's just a little button. It's right below.
It's right
It says
there if they're
subscribe.
watching us
You could
on
like it.
YouTube,
You
Oh,
could
liking
like
it is also good. Any of these things are all good for us.
And leave a comment because then I can give you $50.
Oh, well,
it's
and who
good
doesn't
enough.
want $50?
Yeah.
I want $50.
And maybe head over to
If I leave a comment, can I give myself
head over to
$50?
Instagram, Fishing Canada Official, at Fishing Canada Official, our Fishing Canada Facebook page. Maybe give us a little love in there too.
We're
You know
everywhere.
what I mean? So the
Everywhere you
website,
look,
of
we're there.
course, and yeah, thank you very much.
And go Jays go on behalf of the entire crew, Nikki V, Dean Taylor, he's Peter Bowman, I'm Angelo Viola. Thank you for joining us. We'll catch you next week. This episode of Outdoor Journal Radio is brought to you in part by the Invasive Species Centre, protecting Canada's land and water from invasive species. Freedom Cruise Canada, rent the boat, own the memories. JMB Cycle and Marine, your home for all things power sports, boats, and equipment. And Silver Wax, absolute care for everything you drive.